What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cast Me Outside with me, your host, Aaron. How's it going? Today's date is March 24th, 2025. If this is your first time clicking on a Cast Me Outside episode, hey, welcome. This is my podcast. It basically functions as a video diary. A little bit about me. I'm a stand-up comedian in Pennsylvania, just doing my thing. So I just have a podcast to talk about my life, and then towards the end, while we're wrapping up, I'll go into some advice. We find advice on the internet, and we try and be entertaining with it. Sorry, my mic is on the last thread of its stand. I don't even know. It's on the last thread, though. I feel like it could fall off. All right, what's up? It's been a while. Sorry, guys. I don't know what it is. It's probably sleep and energy, and it's probably the planets. I think Venus is in Macarena grade, but no, I don't know. Maybe we'll just end up doing like 3 episodes a week or something of this. I think that's totally fine. Still stay sharp and active, but don't have to feel like I'm on a treadmill chasing airtime, I guess. I don't even know what I'm chasing. Just chasing posts. But yeah, it's been good. I got my hair cut. Oh my god, the haircut. It was fine. I need to find someone who I like to get my hair cut by, because I just go to these walk-ins and I try to explain it to them. And no, I won't show you my haircut because I just woke up from a nap and it's even crazier than it is. It feels just as crazy as it was before I got it cut. And it was a fine experience. The lady was just, I don't know. She was fine. She kind of stinked a little bit. And then there was I don't know if there was hair gel on her hands or what, but there was a section that was all poofed up over there. And I was like, well, what's going on with this? And then she was like, cutting it and it wouldn't change. And I was just like, oh my god. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, is the fade, they even get all the spots? Because I asked her to go a little bit closer, which I think was a good idea. I don't know. You know what it is? It's just frustrating because grooming is like the little micro habit that I'm kind of trying to hold myself accountable for. And I've been thinking about it, mainly with the shaving and the regular haircuts, and like keeping, I don't even know what they call it, keeping my hairline fresh, especially like around the back. Just trying to be, and I think it pays dividends like amazing, like immediately. Like I feel like just talking and first impressions from people has been a lot more solid since the haircut. And who knows, maybe that's like an internal thing. But you know what's funny about that? And I've been really into internal states and stuff. I took someone's book recommendation, but we can go into that. So okay, so I get my hair cut. I'm groomed. I feel a little bit more presentable. So maybe therefore I present myself a little bit better. But because the haircut, there's part of me that feels like it's botched. I have this internal state where I'm not presentable. So I was like, feel like I'm back to square one. I was gonna go to another barber and just be like, just look at this haircut, touch it up a little bit, tell me if what I'm seeing is an illusion or if it's actually all wonky like I think it is. But I never got around to doing that. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it was just that she kind of smelled bad, and it's like, not that she's a bad person, but maybe you fall to as low as the people you hang out with. I don't know. I think I'm just being a diva. Always been a diva about haircuts. Even though I feel like with it short and everything, I feel like it's like I'm looking about what I look like. I don't think the haircut's doing me any negative points. But I even remember being like a teenager and getting a haircut and just like the shock of being like, this is my face and this is my hair, and it doesn't really, my hair was so thin when I had it, and it just never really was consistent. It never felt consistent to me. I'm sure I always looked like me to everyone else out there. But yeah, I remember just like wanting to cry over shitty haircuts. Cause god damn it, I'm trying to fucking look presentable, even when I'm not. I want to like the way I look, and I want other people to like the way I look. Oh yeah, we were talking about energy and blah blah blah. Oh yeah. I think I passed a couple of branches where I could have chit chatted about things just with energy. Okay, so multiple times in my kind of self-development journey, people have recommended dog training books for like dealing with people and stuff. And then I got another dog training book. I got a Cesar Millan, The Dog Whisperer recommendation. Not the show, but one of his books. It's called Being the Pack Leader. And it's pretty good. The first half is all about dog breeds, so I skipped that. I felt like, is this a troll? Because it was like, there was 3 chapters on different types of leashes. And I listened to one of them when I was like, until I finally got to the point where I was like, maybe this person wasn't recommending this book because of its insight on the different types of leashes there are. But I got to the part 2 where it was like kind of Caesar's all about the calm, assertive energy. And, he even talked about just how contagious your state is. And he talked about kind of like managing your internal state through your self-dialogue. And then I watched a couple episodes of The Dog Whisperer. And it's feeling good. It's feeling like it wasn't like super enlightening. There wasn't like a ton of practical stuff. I think a lot of it was like kind of your internal dialogue, managing that to manage your state. I think that was maybe the most like practical stuff. And I think kind of the other benefits come from just being aware of it. And just kind of being aware of like just being calm and assertive and having presence and just seeing how that energy, it affects the beings around you. It was actually kind of so funny. One of his dogs' name is Daddy. And he's this, I think he's a pit bull. Yeah, he's a pit bull and, just a well-trained dog. But I guess he died. And then I was reading all these comments and I was like, I miss Daddy. And like when they like, Daddy's in the show. Obviously, that's why people have an attachment to him. But just even the narrator was like, Daddy. But yeah, a lot of like woo-woo kind of energy shit. But I'm vibing with it. And you know what I did do even before I started listening to Be the Pack Leader, which I don't know. It's a short book. I listened to it on Spotify. So if you want to listen to like from chapter like 45 or 50 down is like the most kind of salient parts for actually the like developing the internal state of a leader. The first half is like actually about dogs and the different breeds and what they need, which dude, Caesar kicks those dogs and people give him shit, but I don't know, he calls it touching and it really isn't like It really is just like a social thing. Like, okay, yeah. Like, that's how they communicate. They communicate through touch. So if you kind of have to assert your dominance. But it is funny, like, teaches them to do this like, sly back heel, like across the foot. Like, across the other foot. So it's like a one-footed little back heel jostle that you do. Kind of like a figure 4 in hacky sack. If you're doing, like, a type of figure 4. And I guess people have given Caesar shit for doing that. I love animals. If you gotta like touch a pit bull to get him trained, like yeah, it didn't look like he was doing anything aggressive or abusive. But yeah, just like waiting for the dog to change its state before it makes any moves. or he makes any moves. Like this is insight from watching the show. It's like, and of course Cesar's on TV, but he's really well groomed. The thing is with the beard and my grooming is it doesn't shave well when it's super super stubby. I can't do the once a week. I guess anything more consistent than shaving once a week is a win. So it might be 3 or 4 days. I think this is day 3. Show off my thing. And you know what I was looking at? I was looking at my gym app 6 weeks ago into the gym. I don't know how I look. The internet and stuff will make you feel small. And I think, relatively speaking, I'm still like a small, skinny. Like, it'd be easy to be like, oh, Aaron's lanky. You want to be like, Aaron's jacked. But I might be closer to ripped than I was, which is nice. I went for a run on Saturday, the first kind of longest run. I went to a 5-kilometer loop. That's not too far from my house. I couldn't run the whole thing. And I was dying today. Shin splints, every single muscle seems sore. I like running. I was feeling stronger, dude. My pants are so tight around the thighs. I got these big muscular thighs. They're not big, but they're lean. And I thought I was doing better with my sleep. Last Sunday, I feel like I fucked up my entire week by literally staying up till 2 a.m, most of which playing video games. And then I felt like all of last week I was chasing it. And then this week I went to bed at midnight. Granted, better. 2 hours extra that I definitely need. But boy, I don't know if it was from the run or what. I ended up taking like a 2.5 hour nap. Still feel just like sore and stuff, and Tuesdays are gonna be hard. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the hard days, so tomorrow's gonna be hard. Thursday's gonna be hard just because I gotta go to the gym before I do comedy. But yeah, seeing a little bit of results in the gym. I was talking to someone there about methlyne blue, which is a new mystery supplement that I may or may not add. I've yet to take it. It's literally blue dye that like dyes your pee blue. It like apparently dyes your internal or your nervous system blue and your brain literally blue. But it's this dye that was developed in the 1800s to dye jeans blue. Somebody started taking it, and apparently it like neutralizes all of these kind of like, I don't want to call them free radical, but these like rogue, maybe oxygen cells, oxygen, not cells, oxygen in cells, oxygen atoms in cells. I don't even know, but it's supposed to make your mitochondria like super efficient and supercharge it. And people have claimed all sorts of miracles. The sketchiest thing about it is I haven't heard any really real negatives for it, except for maybe like you don't need it. That was kind of the only negative I heard, was it's really useful for these specific situations, but if you don't have these specific conditions, then why are you even taking it? Which seems a little counterproductive if it's like this pill that gives you a ton of energy and it has no downside. Like if you're into supplementing, then why wouldn't you take it? And the other sketchy thing about it, all the information, even though this is apparently like the first pharmaceutical ever, I guess Robert F. Kennedy was taking it, methylene blue. And if it's this old, the oldest pharmaceutical, yada yada, magic bullet, it's obviously just trending now, or in the past year, because like the oldest videos I could find on it weren't more than a year old. Now that was just at a glance, but still, it's like, okay, so you have this blue dye that sort of is not new, but everyone ignored, and then some of the people who are promoting it are like a little, just just knowing their background feels like it could just be the ultimate like kind of weird psyop. So I don't know. cautious of it. I have it in my medicine cabinet. Maybe I'll take it. I kind of told myself, even like I love Andrew Huberman and the Huberman podcast, and he seems to, bring forth the like up to date information, and he talked about it once on a podcast with a guy who was really into it. You could just tell he was a little skeptical. So maybe I'll keep an eye out for something from his mouth instead of from his guest's mouth. That seems like pretty positive, like worth it. Like, if this is the effects you want, like it's worth a try. But until then, I think it's just going to sit in my box of pills. I have this Amazon box that just has a ton of pills in it. Added lion's mane to my supplement stack. Dude, the first Saturday where I took it, I was feeling a little weird. I wasn't tripping balls, but I was thinking about what would it be like to take like 4 grams of this. Like, what you take, they say take a gram, 2 500 milligram pills. I've been only taking one, but I guess I take one twice a day during the week. And I was wondering, like, what would it be like to take to actually dose yourself with lion's mane? Dude, taking an eighth of lion's mane supplement. Because I bet you'd be feeling pretty fucking weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the supplements and everything. I've been taking it for like 2, 3, probably 2.5 months, maybe just 2 months. I can go back to the episodes and see when I got this kind of stack figured out. And honestly, I've been feeling good. I've been doing a lot. I've been staying busy. I think some of that is just like the need to stay busy so I just don't fucking crash out over a breakup. And I think some of that is like might be from the pills. Like all the pills I'm taking are like, a lot of them are like nootropic or dopamine precursors. And I do think I've still been really reckless with my dopamine. I think I've maybe added 3 good sources of dopamine: cold shower, gym, and NSDR, which is like a chill meditation body scan. Those are, but I still kind of have all my, except for minus alcohol, but I still have like weed, video games, and porn, like as far as negative dopamine. And it's not like I'm just having my cake and eating it too, because it's not like I'm being restrictive with any of that stuff. I mean, I am to an extent. It's not like it's like, but I don't feel like I am. So I don't know. Maybe I should rethink the stacks, because in my kind of heart of hearts, I wanted like I don't want to say holistic, but I wanted I wanted a low supplement fix for kind of regulating myself. Cesar Millan, all about balance. I guess good, and finding the balance. Actually, since I got back to that, there was something that I've been trying. So I've been trying to present a little bit more confidently through posture and stuff, and I think that's been good. I think I've gotten some good feedback about people ask me how tall I am, and I think that's probably a sign that I'm standing up straight, and it feels good to be upright. I'm not turning into a C or an upside down J, like the rest of the world. But then I also was adding belly breaths, which I've always kind of been fascinated with breathing, and not in like a super nerdy way, but I do remember really, really young just having racing thoughts and then just realizing I'm not breathing. Now I'm going to take a couple deliberate breaths. Once again, I have this anxiety, and I also have this physiological thing where I'm like restricting. Like I think I just knew. I just was able to pick up. And then I think I read Siddhartha. I read a book about Buddha that was really interesting. And Buddha meditates. And in reading that book about meditating, it was like I kind of came to the conclusion, like as a young person, that it really is just about controlling what you can control, and one of those things being your breath. And then so that was just like really young insights on breath work, and then I got into like Wim Hof, who has his own breathing technique, which I haven't done in a while, but I love Wim Hof. He's one of the I don't know where I would put him in my like council of people I look up to. But just his vibe and just like positivity really sparked a lot of hope for me about like, oh, okay, you can be old and cool and love your life. And he's really into cold exposure. He kind of got me into that. Actually, I'm trying to think what got me into the cold exposure. I think it was like the comfort challenges. So trying to be more comfortable. And I think the best way to do that is to kind of, I don't know the best way, but a way that I'm doing it is basically just breathing through cold showers. It's not like I'm ever standing there like, oh, I'm zen and completely comfortable in this freezing cold shower, but I'm controlling my physiological response and just kind of forcing through the belly breaths. I'm not doing really any type of like serious breath work in a cold shower because you don't want to pass out. Don't do breath work or Wim Hof showering or driving or in bodies of water. I don't know if Tim Ferriss, he's a pretty famous podcaster. I think he said he passed out. I don't know, just goes to show common sense ain't that common. Or I don't know. I hope I get so famous that my hubris is insane and I just do stupid things and think I'm untouchable. Oh, I don't know how we got into cold showers and belly breathing. But yeah, posture and calm belly breathing. That's, and just better, more presence. But I feel like I've had some positive experiences even from like a day of just like being friendly and social and doing the belly breathing. I think it does kind of help this date. I don't know. I'll do some more experimenting and get back to you guys on belly breathing. But yeah, I might have lost the train there, so we'll just keep going. Because a kid at work, not a kid, but a guy at work, talking about states. Now this isn't personal, so that's why I'm fine with bringing this up. But a guy at work, he was listening to his headphones. I saw he was listening to Steven Crowder. If you don't know who Steven Crowder is, he's like a right-wing commentary guy. He's supposed to be funny, but really, he does some funny, sketchy like things. But ultimately, he's a pundit. He's a political talking head. And I had a phase. I'm not completely knocking on Steven Crowder. During a lot of like the gender stuff, he made a lot of silly videos, just going to the protests, and he like infiltrated Antifa apparently, but when they were like protesting a Ben Shapiro appearance like back before the pandemic, and he does the change my mind thing. So he has like a meme that, this era of the internet, it's a solid meme. It's probably top 100. I guess depending on your algorithm. But I don't listen to that crap anymore because it's crap. Because it's all just supposed to rile you up and us versus them and piss you off. And he's not super funny and it's not super like positive. Like he has a bad vibe and energy and he had personal things that blew up, like, personal grievances that got aired publicly. I think I'm not really someone to look up to, and not like content wise or personal life wise, or so I just kind of let him go and do his things. And some of the change my mind videos, one of them in particular was like horrible. I'll just say what happened. Is this lady was like talking to him, and it's all about abortion, or at least this one was. And they have their chart where they have the progress of a baby, in the womb, and it's like, well, where is it? Where is it in our life? Where is it in our life? And this lady comes and she talks to him, and like she had an abortion, and it sounded like, from listening to her talk, the doctor said you need to get this baby removed. I think you're gonna have some serious complications. And he was always the guy to be like, well, if it's for medical reasons, like, yeah, it's a shame, but it makes sense. Like, obviously, you got to kind of make that tough decision, and I don't blame people who make that tough decision. And she was like explaining how, like, her medical condition at the time, and how they came to the conclusion that an abortion was what they had to do. And this whole time, he's just doing a voiceover, ripping her, just being like, "Oh my God, like, this is what's wrong with these people. Like, she doesn't hear a single thing I'm saying to her." And it's like, no, dude, you're being a fucking hypocrite. And it was just like a shake your head, like, this guy's a fucking clown moment. Like, and I just felt bad for the lady. She was dealing with like a jackass, and like her daughter was there, like, just listening to these adults like not have a conversation, and then for him to kind of do her dirty and not like stay true to what he says his values were. It just was infuriating. And I gave up all political stuff this year. In quotes, all political stuff. So, Steven Crowder, I don't listen to you. I'm not going to join the Mug Club anytime soon. And he was mean to Brian Callen, who I actually like Brian Callen. He's made me laugh many times more than Steven Crowder. But, I see this kid's listening to it. And in my mind, I want to be like, dude, don't listen to that. There's no positivity there. It's just like weird self-righteous energy. And then 20 minutes later, I don't tell this to him because I care, and I would tell it to him, but I think maybe time and place of what are you watching? Like, just there was no tact to that. Like, maybe in private, I can find a way to be like, yeah, I used to listen to Steven Crowder. Like, I had like a week or maybe two where I like watched a lot of him, and kind of came to the conclusion that it's not super good vibes or productive. So I switched on to, yeah, maybe I can do that in private, but in front of everyone at work in the moment. So whatever. But he stops like doing what he's doing, and he turns around. He goes, Can you believe this? They're sending our tax monies to Australia schools, to like colleges in Australia." And he's like so angry, and it's just like some story Steven covered that just got him all riled up. Like I don't know. I should maybe try to find the episode and see what Steven says. But yeah, you got he got NPC'd basically. He got triggered. He got like put in this little script where it's like, oh, the government's so stupid. There's the government sucks. That's what I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm really lucky. I feel like I hate the government. But I'm lucky enough to have like a family support system where I don't need to rely on the government. So it's easy for me just to kind of compartmentalize them and just be like, yeah, they suck. Please just leave me alone. This kind of my vibe. Like, I know you suck. Just please. You have a monopoly on violence. I'm going to do my best to pay my taxes and follow the law. Just please don't come into my life. But yeah, he just gets so angry. And then I'm sure I said like a couple smart assy things, but it's like, yeah, dude, yeah, they don't know how to spend the money. They have so much fucking money. Like some of it's getting sent to Australia to do Lord knows what. I didn't notice it was missing. I don't know what people think, if they think that they would use it better. I'm certainly not going to get salty. But, you know, like you can just tell, like, that pissed him off. People not being as riled up about it as he was pissed him off. And then you have this pissed off guy, out of balance, bad state, bad energy. Like, you feel it. You feel that. You feel those bad vibes. I mean, I didn't let it get to me, but it's like nobody's listening to the same like divisive propaganda you are. Like, no one's getting like riled up to you. Like, you can't like just come and be like, "Can you believe the government's wasting money?" And then expect us to be like as passionate about it as you are after you just got like the fucking locker room talk from Steven Crowder about how horrible the government is. But yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting moment, and it was kind of a reminder of why I don't engage in political podcasts anymore, because the vibes are so bad and it's so like unproductive. But yeah, it was just a silly moment. And then I don't know. And then I'm not surprised, but I'm also not going to be emotionally whipped up. It's like, yeah, the government sucks so bad. We all voted for Trump. Like, I don't know if we all voted for Trump, but the government sucks so bad. We were like, Trump. Yeah, we were like Trump. And like I said, I'm pretty ignorant of what's going on. I see a lot of my lefty friends are being active online here every now and again. I hear like one or two like bizarro things about like Teslas. And then I hear one or two bizarro things about like Doge. But other than that, I'm like kind of just living my life, like just trying not to be manipulated by that. And it was, I don't know. It was just kind of like it was like a reminder of energy, and like a reminder not to watch that type of content anymore. So, interesting day. But okay, that was another regular rambly episode of Cast Me Outside. That's going to be it. No advice today. We'll try it and be a little bit more consistent with it. Let's get the Magician episode up. If you're enjoying the King, Warrior, Magician, Lover series, we're halfway through. I've been listening to The Magician. I gotta kind of do my little note taking process so I feel like the information isn't just gonna rely on me remembering it. And so yeah, let's try to do that next Monday. I don't know. April's gonna be a crazy month. So I'm just going to keep it on, and if I fall behind here or there, it's just, the way my life's panning out for those months. But who knows? It's going to be an exciting middle of 2025. I really feel it. So yeah. That's it for today's episode of Cast Me Outside. It's been a lot of fun, but we're done. Gotta run. Thank you this time for your time. And until next time, keep on living and loving. Peace.